So, you want to start working on the testing 1, 2, 3 review?
I got some other stuff in line right now. We can work on it later.
You know Silverquill's already released his video.
Wait, we're that far behind?
Yep.
Panic!
We interrupt this program to give Robin enough time to stop being such a freaking idiot.
So our episode starts off with Twilight studying for a change.
Nice to see our favorite little alicorn still being as adorkable as ever. Twilight spent the majority of the season being kind of a mentor to the rest of the cast, so it's nice to see good old Purple Smart showing up again.
And we see that Rainbow Danger Professionalism Dash has a test to become part of the Wonderbolt's reserves? Okay, strange setup for someone who has saved the Wonderbolts on multiple occasions, but okay, I can live with it.
Seems like the Wonderbolts are kind of giving Dashie the runaround when it comes to joining their ranks. I mean, first she has to go to the Wonderbolt Academy, and she dominates it. Then she has to take the Wonderbolt's reserve test, then she aces it, and she's still not a friggin' Wonderbolt. Meanwhile, Bulk Biceps is flying with the Wonderbolts to fight Tyrek. What the actual frig?
I'm guessing that in Twilight's Kingdom, that group was part of the reserves. They didn't have the standard Wonderbolts uniform. The only reason Dash could still fly for a while was because she was in Ponyville with the main six helping out Twilight.
Yeah, I suppose so. So Twilight goes to chew out Rainbow for slacking off and not taking her testing seriously.
Set up!
But Rainbow's not all that worried about the test, especially compared to how mental Twilight gets over this kind of stuff. But Twilight's still adamant about making sure Rainbow's prepared for the test, so she kidnaps,
She starts a terrible Klopfic.
Wait, what?
Tell me, how many Klopfics have you read with this setup?
Like 0. So, moving on.
So she kidnaps Dash into using the broken as hell American school system. Sorry, Digi.
America!
Tangent alert. But I hate how Twilight uses the American school system, all the way down to highlighting a paper to get the important information. I watch MLP to escape to a world without American standards, not to see the ones I deal with every day in our schools.
I was personally okay with it because as broken as our school system is, it does work for some people. In fact, all of the different techniques the main six demonstrated work for some people. The trick and the moral of the episode is about finding the one that works for you.
But that's just it. Some people can get the system, but it's designed to have all kids meet that standards in all lessons. In Equestria, the society so heavily enforces individuality that seeing a system like this negates the 3 seasons prior, and the idea of cutie marks to an extent, especially if all ponies are taught this way.
Well, to be fair, Twilight's official schooling from Celestia started after she got her cutie mark, so maybe she learned all her testing methods from Celestia, but it isn't the best method for learning, I will admit, so I can see why you wouldn't like it.
So, we're agreeing to disagree?
Yeah.
Robin and Nikki win! The realized friendship is magic! So, when Rainbow is distracted by what I thought was the rumored rap for this episode, Dash gets bored while the audience of analysts gets continually annoyed that they can't see the full history of the Wonderbolts. Hey, Twilight, hit up your friend Discord. I think he's got a way to take you and your buddy back in time. So when Twilight gives Dash a test on the history, she obviously fails and blames it on Twilight. To quote Starbomb, yay. Anyway, Fluttershy puts on a silent play which does nothing, and Pinkie Pie pulls out her trump card. The rap.
Boom, 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 wicka, wicka. Well, back in ancient times where the Wonderbolts of old, a general named Firefly, amazing and so bold. She brought them all together, spreading unity in flight, performing at their very best with wonder and with might. The Admiral Fairweather and the Colonel Purple Dart gave Wonderbolts a bit of steel along with lots of heart. An Admiral named Firefly and a General could flash off the bolts, fly super high with style and panache. Commander Easy Glider was the real cream of the crop, for with her wicked moves, the Wonderbolts soared to the top. Wonderbolts, yeah, Wonderbolts, Wonderbolts, yeah, Wonderbolts, That is my rapid history of the Wonderbolts.
Well, I had a 5-page important note cards on all the history explained in this episode, but that should work.
If it hasn't been made perfectly clear, I loved the Pinkie rap. And to those saying that this is too out there even by Pinkie's standards, Pinkie has no limits with this shit. She's liable to say or do just about anything on this show.
Even if you found the rap stupid, the effort put into making the rap look and sound bad is really cool. They switched the aspect ratio to 4:3, muffled the audio, and added in grain effects to make it look old. If you've seen behind the scenes on Toy Story 2, you'll get somewhat of an understanding how difficult the process is to make something look bad on purpose. I found the rap to be one of the silliest songs MLP has pulled out. The lyrics are kinda like a school lesson where the teacher busts out a stupid rap just to make the class learn something, but it usually ends up sounding completely awkward and stupid. But this Pinkie rap was too much fun to see our favorite show tune pony busting out a sick rap. Yo!
Yo, indeed. But as stupid as it is, you remember your teacher doing something that ridiculous. So then Rarity tries her hoof at helping Rainbow by showing her the fashion of the Wonderbolts. Now, I like this method because relating what you're trying to learn to something that you're already a fan of is a pretty good method of learning. As long as you ask questions while you go, you'll learn plenty.
But I still question Rarity and the rest of the main six at this moment. They most likely realize that Dash isn't going to learn in a visual or auditory way, as seen in the first three teaching methods. At this point, they should have tried to relate it back to something that interests Dash. By relating it to something that Rarity enjoys, it's teaching Rarity the material she already knows. If Twilight could have opened her eyes and seen what was wrong with Rarity's method, she may have thought to relate it to flying in the first place. Or would it be the fourth place? I don't care.
She'll get there soon. But first, we have one more learning style. AJ's method of get out there and do it, you nerd!
I thought it was more like, I don't give a yay.
Well, she kinda gives a yay. It's just that AJ's method takes more time than Rainbow had available to her. It's a good method, just a time-consuming one.
So the main six gang up on Dash, causing her to do the appropriate thing and get the heck out of there.
Not the first time the rest of the main six ganged up on one of their friends this season. But they figure out their mistake and formulate a plan to teach Rainbow the way Rainbow learns, learning while she's flying.
That's what I was saying before.
Yep, you called it.
So Twilight finds Dash and asks her to go on a flight while Dash scans the ground, seeing Twilight's most yay plan ever. This plan has so many variables that it rivals Celestia's plan from the finale. The plan depends on A, Dash understanding a flight pattern that was never mentioned, B, having costumes that C, fit all the ponies' genders, D, the ponies they picked could have looked like the real life ponies, E, Dash could hear all the ponies calling out the history, F, she wouldn't have seen the two opening part plays as the history and not Rarity, Fluttershy, and the CMC yelling out ridiculous things, G, getting all the ponies that can make those signs in less than 12 hours as stated in the episode, H, that Dash would actually agree to a second flight with Twilight, most likely a couple hours after the last one, with Twilight, and I, the pony villains are actually smart enough to pull this off with perfect timing. They are not. I've seen Leap of Faith.
My suspension of disbelief is able to make me buy almost all of this, but you forgot one thing. How did Dash not recognize any of this was going on when there were friggin' fireworks going off around her? Hear and see everything down to the littlest details, my ass.
I can accept this as well, but it's still insane to see how the plan actually worked. As for your flaw with the plan, just add it as number J.
Number J? Is that a Kids Next Door reference?
Nope, I did math very well.
Well put, Robin. Well put. So Dash learns everything in time, she takes the test, and aces that shit! Still not a Wonderbolt, though, because apparently Spitfire is a bigger troll than Celestia.
So in the end, we learned something that I can quote from Machinima. Bull, yay, your way to victory! And isn't that just the message of life?
If it isn't, it should be.
I think we just did that in this video.
Pretty much. I mean, we're up to 8 minutes, and most of that's just been dumb stuff like rapping and references and shit. So, any final thoughts?
Well, at first, I hated this episode. I hated how mean the main six got, I hated the resolution, I hated all the holes in how Dash actually succeeded, but is still not a Wonderbolt. I hated everything about this episode. But looking at it at a second or third viewing, however, I found some really good moments. The characters are fine and the humor was fantastic. The resolution still was kind of stupid, but I can accept it as being ridiculously funny in how insane the plan got. So overall, this episode's fine.
As I mentioned in my top and bottom 5 of the season video, I really like this episode. It is kinda crazy and takes huge leaps in logic, but the episode still has a lot of great moments, and it doesn't do anything that makes me go, no! Just freaking no! It has its flaws, like that total bullshit plan, but so did a lot of the episodes this season. This episode just told its bullshit more coherently than most of the episodes this season. I'll give it a 90 out of 100.
Well, now that you got that episode out of the way, you plan on actually reviewing the rest of the episodes this season?
Nope. As you probably saw in my KP video, I have just gone over 3,000 subscribers. Now, some of you are probably wondering, Nick, where's our song? You hit 3,000 subscribers, so tradition dictates that you must now sing for us. Well, hang on just a second. I will sing for you guys, but it'll be in a little bit. My plan is to sing what my cutie mark is telling me, along with 4 other analysts, but it would also be their 3K subscriber songs, so I'm gonna wait until they all hit 3K subs. These other analysts are Redcord, Toon Critic, Pink Mist, and Brawny Buck. So if you haven't already, go subscribe to all of them, and hopefully I'll be singing to you soon. See y'all later.
Well, back in ancient times where the Wonderbolts of old, a general named Firefly's amazing and so bold. He brought them all together, bringing unity and flight, preparing in the very best of wonder and with might.